All right, what's up, everybody? Today we are doing a student interview with my guy, Chris Buck. Chris has been in the program for a little while now, and we just helped him achieve the result that he was looking for when he first joined. So we're just going to be talking a little bit about his experience and what it's been like for him inside of KCA. So just to start off, Chris, tell me a little bit about, for the people that are watching, who you are, what's your background, what you used to do before KCA, or kind of like what you're doing as you transition here. And just open up about yourself real quick.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Chris. I have about 10 years in sales. Started with selling luxury real estate. Moved on to luxury vacation rental management. Ended up moving back to my hometown where there's not a luxury market, so kind of had to rethink my life. Ended up working for ADT as a sales rep. Ended up being a regional sales manager, which was fine. Money was okay, but just ended up having to go on all these appointments, 2, 3 hours away, not getting back till 10, 11 o'clock at night. And, being a father of three, um, I just wasn't really conducive to the lifestyle I wanted. I was looking for remote work. Although I had sales background, I really, didn't even know what high ticket sales meant. It was a whole new thing. So, my algorithm must have picked up on what I was looking for. And then, I saw the Kingdom Closer Academy video and I clicked on it. And I don't know, kind of the rest is history after that.
Yeah, man. So you mentioned it a little bit, but what was the main problem with your current sales job or what you were doing at the time that made you want to break into high ticket?
Just the remote aspect. So I've always, with my past sales experience and jobs, I was always able to kind of make my own schedule or be super flexible with my schedule so that I could be a dad first and foremost. That's the most important thing to me. So coaching their teams, taking them to jujitsu, taking them to school, picking up from school, like all that stuff, I really enjoy doing and I always had enjoyed doing and kind of built my life to do that. And then moving back up here and just kind of needing a job, I went and worked for ADT and it just that part of my life was slipping away a little bit by little bit. If I wanted to make money, I had to be on the road. So that's what kind of got me looking for something else.
Yeah. So ADT, were you door knocking with them?
I started door knocking, but in my real estate experience, I invested a lot of money into my ability to cold call leads to generate appointments for myself to go get listings signed and sell their homes. So I had a lot of cold calling experience. So I said, what am I doing door to door, knocking doors? Like, there's a better way to do this because I kept driving around to the same houses and they kept not being home, right? So I'm like,
Mhm.
third day in a row on this sales route and still nobody's home. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? There's got to be a better way. So I ended up basically, long story short, is just starting a new department for ADT to set appointments for sales reps via cold calling new homeowners. So that was
Yeah.
kind of what kicked that off. I'm still doing that. I still manage the appointment setters, and then I kind of just sell the appointments to the sales reps, so they don't have to go door knocking as much. They can just get appointments dropped on their calendar, and they show up and close it, and then I get a piece of that commission. So, kind of building
Yeah.
some passive revenue there, and then while simultaneously taking on this new role.
Yeah. So you went from cold calling homeowners to pounding the pavement door to door and like just being tired. Like how long were you working every week, like with cold calling and door knocking before you kind of got
Yeah,
into
well, it was door knocking and then cold calling as far as ADT goes, but yeah, I was probably putting it, I mean, I was putting in 40 to 50 hours a week. It was just the time in which I had to go. So all the appointments, people work, you have to work around the customer schedule. So they would need to meet at 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening. But these would be like 2 hours away. So I'd go meet
yeah.
them at 6, be done at 7, drive home. It's 9, 9:30, sometimes 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, depending on where I had to go. So that's where I was just missing
Mhm.
the evenings with my family. Um,
Yeah.
and not even working like during the day when they're in school. So it was like we had opposite
Yeah.
schedules. I'm like, this isn't what I set out to do. So
Yeah. So you felt like you were kind of pulled in between, like, okay, if I want to provide, then I got to be at work, but that means I can't have time with my family. But if I want to have time with my family, then I have to sacrifice money, and you're just spread
right.
thin in between. Yeah.
Yeah, just constant
And
that
so
constant push
you're,
and pull.
yeah. And being a husband and a father, that's tough, right? How many kids do you have?
I have three boys.
Three boys. So lots of sports, lots of games.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I think like the real like catalyst for where that line in the sand, was drawn for me where I'm like, okay, I got to figure something else out was my older two boys were starting their football season or they're ramping up. We were trying on their jerseys and stuff to find out what size they were and they needed
Hmm.
a coach for one of the levels of football and they didn't have anybody. It was like coming up like down to the wire, they had no coach and they were like, dude, do you want to coach? Because I played ball, I went to high school where this is and so and everything in me wanted to say yes. Like I desperately wanted to say yes and do that, but I knew I couldn't because I couldn't commit to it fully. I would be a terrible coach because I would not be able to be there because I'd have to go on these ADT appointments. So I had to say
Yeah.
no. It just like it crushed me.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet that's probably tough. I mean, I believe you. I see the baseball picture in the top right.
No,
So,
that's actually an old firefighting picture from when I was firefighting.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, dude. I mean, I could see why you would have motivation to make a change to that, right? So, kind of jumping into, I mean, you had this time problem where you were like, I need to find something different because I'm being split in between between home and work. So you decided to join KCA. How was your experience going through the training, the support, just like just your overall experience inside of KCA? Like just being completely open and honest. Like how was it going through KCA for you?
Well, I mean, it was good. I'm obviously, kind of like you said, like I got the outcome I was kind of looking for. Like I'm still growing into that and like trying to hit
Mhm,
my goals for like monthly like income. But
mhm,
basically, just like in real estate or anything else, even like vacation rental management, like I always sought coaching. So for the real estate, I spent
mhm,
about $24,000 on coaching. It was $1,000 a month for I did it for 2 years, which is why I was able to close like 125 homes in 6 years. Um,
mhm.
and so I just know that whatever you invest in yourself, you're going to get back 10, 20 fold. Like it's just,
Yeah.
it's like the law, like it's like physics basically of success. Like put in X amount of dollars, you're going to get, that much more in multiples back. So I knew I had good sales experience. I knew I could sell stuff. Like I've done it, but this was a whole nother thing. And I kind of didn't really know like how to break into it. You know what I mean? I didn't have that sales experience where I could say, yes, I've done this specific thing, um, well, and I had like this track record of, high ticket sales, via Zoom. I've never
Mhm.
closed somebody on Zoom before. It's different. So I'm like,
Yeah.
then the solution kind of came across my algorithm on Facebook, and I saw it for a few times, and I'm a Christian, so I'm a religious person, um, and so when I first saw the ad, I'm trying to remember exactly like my frame of mind when I saw it. It like the Kingdom Closer Academy like ethos of like for religious men to come. Like I'm almost just like okay, like I don't know how I feel about this yet. But I really like this remote aspect they're talking about because people can say whatever they want to say, right? It doesn't have to
Yeah.
be they don't have to be telling the truth, right? They can just be pulling my heartstring. But the remote aspect, the high ticket sales, like this thing I was like trying to figure out how to do. Um, but they were talking about it. I'm like, so I saw like several like videos. Like it took me a minute to like, come down the sales funnel, right?
Yeah.
And finally, I just clicked on it and just kind of filled out the application. A good setter, I don't remember his name, but a good setter, did a good job setting me. And then yeah, obviously, I think you're the one who closed me. So
I was the one that enrolled you into the program. Yeah.
yeah. And I remember
So,
watching like the videos that you guys send after the
yep.
set,
The resource.
and then I'm
Yep.
watching you close that guy that on that fitness deal. And then when you're closing me, I'm like, oh my, he's doing it right now.
Yeah.
Uh
Yeah.
but that's what's actually I think that's what sold me the most was that I was just like, I know what he's doing and he's doing it well, and I appreciate that. And so obviously it's like there's something to this because he's actually doing it well, even though I know what he's doing as he's doing it to
Yeah.
me. Like this is still working. It's like
Yeah.
you can only
Yep.
imagine
I
people who
remember you.
don't
I
have
even
any
remember
sales
you saying
experience.
that on our call.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember you saying that on the call, and I
yeah,
was like, "Yeah, this guy knows what I'm doing." But it's like that's the reason why he's wanting in. And,
yeah,
you know, it's
because
funny,
I
Chris,
want
is
to do
like
that.
there's
So
so many different. Yeah, there's so many different like make money opportunities online, and some of them work, some of them don't. Some of them rely on luck, but the thing that's never gonna go away is sales. It's been around for centuries, right? And now we're just in an era where it's transitioning into online. And so, what a lot of people won't show the people that they're selling to is like, hey, let me teach you how to make money through this method, but they'll never show you them actually doing it. And we have, I mean, tons and tons of examples of us actually showing what we teach, me doing it. And so I think
well, you led with it.
that was
Like,
really
hey,
cool for
this
you.
is what I'm going to do to you,
And I,
and I'm going to teach you how.
yeah, yeah. And so I was like, hey, did you see the video on there? And you were like, yeah, that was awesome how you sold that fitness coaching program to the guy and he's losing weight with it. And I was like, yeah, and this is going to be a similar process. Just the process that he went through, I'm going to go through it with you too. And if we can help you, we will. And so, yeah, dude, that's awesome. And what kind of results or wins have you seen since you've gone through the program?
Well, gosh, I mean, I mean, a lot of like the sales 101, psychology of selling, a lot of that stuff, like in the beginning courses of KCA, like a lot of that was review, a lot of that stuff I'd heard before, that I kind of knew, but then it was just kind of framed in a different way. And so it's like you could read, Think and Grow Rich like 3 times, and every time you pick it up, like you pick up something different from it, right? So it's just one of
Mhm.
those things. So I enjoyed that. And then I'd say like the biggest benefit was the ongoing coaching. Even now I'm in
Mhm.
a role, I hopped on a group call the other day, like got some feedback on, my current situation. So it's not like I got a role and then, Ummer's done with me and doesn't want to reach out or doesn't, won't help me out, even though I paid you,
Yeah.
months ago. So, um, I like that. And then really, it's really just kind of breaking in like through the gatekeepers of the high ticket world, right? Like when you go through the KCA and then, you give up like the rubber stamp of approval, like you're good enough to go, I could trust you in my funnel of lead opportunities with people I know and I've built relationships with or whatever, like, or show me kind of the
Mhm.
path of like how to break into that. I think that was like really like the biggest thing I needed help with on
Yeah.
top of like, just like the reps, just reps doing the role plays, the mock calls with other students. I built
Yeah.
some
The
relationships
community aspect.
like yeah, Paris and JD
Mhm.
and a couple other guys that I would ended up role playing with a lot, just because we
Yeah.
kind of
Those guys are
we bonded.
studs.
It's
Yeah.
hard not to bond with somebody if you're role playing 3, 4 times a week, right? You get to know each other,
Yeah.
try to throw each
Yeah.
other off, and so I really enjoyed that aspect. Yeah, I really think it's the ongoing support and just like unlocking the door into the high ticket space.
Yeah. And also like for you coming from a place where, I mean, you've invested thousands of dollars in your training over when you were doing real estate, continued education from there. How different is the process of selling high ticket than what you know? Because you've got 10 years of experience. So like if you were to say something to the people that were like, "Oh, I could just break in a high ticket and just sell it because I've got sales experience." Like how different is it actually, the things that you're learning and how you're
I,
applying it?
I think it's super different.
Yeah.
I mean, right now I'm just setting and then training to close for the role that I'm in because I enjoyed the role. But Zoom, it's different. Like when I'm face to face with a prospect in real estate or ADT or whatever, I'm convincing somebody to let me manage their $10 million property. I have the benefit of like being in the same room with them. There's a huge benefit to like existing in the same space with somebody that you're talking to.
Mhm.
There's energy that transfers. There's little nuances that you might not pick up on. It's easier to just build that relationship when you're literally face to face and not through a screen. So it is
Mhm.
different for sure. I would say it's not harder or easier. It's just different.
Yeah. And tell us a little bit about the recent win that you've got. So the role, I mean, what are you selling? Why did you decide to go with that role? Like, what is kind of the OTE of the position that you're in now? I know you're going to be ascending to a closer here soon.
Yeah.
Like, tell me all about that.
Yeah. So I started applying, it's no joke. You need to apply to a lot of places because, having that 1 minute video, like, oh, that's another thing. The whole 1 minute video, like that process of getting hired in the high
Yeah.
ticket like realm, there's like a whole nother like community of like high ticket people out there that expect certain things, right? That I would never have
Mhm.
known otherwise. I just would have kind of bumbled my way through there and maybe I would have picked it up eventually, but um this definitely expedited it. But no, the role. So I applied to a bunch of different places. I got a couple offers. Had 2 closer offers. I had another appointment setter offer, but I just didn't feel good about them. One was like debt relief. It was like a $2,000 offer that you had to sell to people who like don't have good credit. It's credit repair and like debt relief. Um, and just when I was talking to the interview, I'm just like, God, this just doesn't feel right. So I turned it down. Another one was actually setting and closing properties for this short-term vacation rental management company, which I've done. I've had my own short-term vacation rental management company. So we were like a shoe in, but I would just be cold calling random short-term rental owners. I'm like, that's not what I want to do. Like that's not,
Yeah.
I could have just gone and done that myself. Like why would I do that to build your empire? If that's what I wanted to do, I just would have done it. So anyways,
Mhm.
long story short, um, because I
Which
applied
is the
through them,
pipeline that we put you through. Yeah.
right? Um, they put a fitness offer in front of me, but it wasn't just like any fitness officer. It was specific for first responders and firefighters, which I thought was super cool because I fought fire for 9 years in my 20s and then ended up leaving because I became a dad. I'm like, this isn't good enough anymore and got into sales. But so it was super cool. And they started out as they're like, well, it was a setter role, and
Mhm.
so I wouldn't, I wasn't going to be making 12, $15,000 a month, but it was going to be more like 7 to 9, which literally like replaces my income that I need, right? So yeah, I'm not making more money, but I'm working from 5:30 in the morning to 2:30 in the afternoon, and I get to like be with my kids after school, and I can coach all their sports, right?
Yeah.
So and then it took about all of 2 weeks before the owner was like, "Hey, we want you to start practicing the closing script." So I'm in
And
the
how much
middle
will
of
you
that
make as
right
a
now.
closer when you start
Well,
closing?
the offer is like 2,400 to 3,000, and it's 12% on that. So I mean, it just depends on how many I close. But the one closer they have has like 10 to 12 calls a day, and so he's just like burnt out, and
Hmm.
so there's gonna be overflow.
But
Um,
yeah, there's a bunch of overflow.
and so he's already
It,
was
it,
like, we might get you to be a closer before long, like sooner than we thought.
yeah. Isn't that funny? You go from a environment where you're pounding the pavement, door knocking and cold calling, and then all of a sudden you're selling this offer where you used to be a firefighter. You're selling fitness coaching to people who are firefighters, so you firsthand understand it. You're convicted in it, and you also have these warm leads that are coming. They're inbound to you, and you get to sell them, and you're helping them at the same time.
Well, I think
And you're
that's what
also able to
I
do it
love this
from
part. That's what I love most about this is like
yeah,
they literally submit an application to join the coaching program. Like my
yeah.
conversation to set ratio is like 89%.
That's
Like,
nuts, dude.
and the only people that I haven't set an appointment with, I disqualified. So it's
Yep.
like, if I get on the phone with them, if they answer the phone, um, I'm setting the appointment, you know. It's just my job now to pull enough pain to build enough internal pressure that when they get like they're excited to get on the call with the closer.
Hmm.
Because if he doesn't close, that's the one thing about being a setter. Is like if the closer doesn't close, you don't get paid, right? So it's
Yep.
my job to just try to set him up and just like basically almost close him on the set, and then like pass off the teed up shot to the closer, so he can just slam that door.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And so to talk a little bit more about the you breaking into high ticket, the transformation that that's going to have on your life long term.
Oh yeah, I
Especially
mean,
being a husband and a father, like how like going from ADT, door knocking, cold calling in real estate to working a remote role that's gonna, replace your income and do it from home and give you a lot more time and long term, give you a lot more income. Like how is that gonna play out for your life down the line for you, for your I mean, I know you're a husband and a father, like how's that gonna change things for you?
I'll start with like kind of like a zoomed in approach, but like working with ADT, I think I put like 35,000 miles on my truck in a year, and now I put like a couple hundred of them, like a month on my truck because I'm just not driving as much.
Mhm.
I wake up at 4:45. I start work at 5:30. We get a bunch of applications in the morning. I knock those out. The kids wake up. I make them breakfast, get them dressed, take them to school. Maybe park at the coffee shop. If I have an application that comes in right then, I can just close them over the phone. Um, Come back home, be doing some laundry. A lead comes in. I call them, make the set, and just go back to what I was doing before. Like that flexibility, and then being off at 2:30 in the afternoon, right? Is exactly what I was looking for. Like as far as like the lifestyle is
Mhm.
exactly what I was looking for. And yeah, I mean, I took that role because I really believe in it and I'm passionate about it. That's what like I was like, I'm so glad I passed up these other deals where I could have maybe made some more money, but like how would I feel about what I'm selling? Like, can I ever really like enjoy what I'm doing? And so,
Mhm.
yeah, I kind of like humbled myself. I'm like, hey, like they offered me the setter position. I'm like, I will 100% start at the bottom rung of the ladder. And but my goal is to become a closer. Like
Mhm.
just so you know, I asked them, like, is there growth in that? Is that feasible? Do you guys have room for that? And they're like, yeah, we're gonna need a closer inside of this year, 100%. I'm like, okay, just so you know, like that's what I want to do. Like I'll start here and humble myself and just, I feel like you just always got to like put your money where your mouth is and just, you have to, the proof's in the pudding. So
Yeah.
let me prove it
Yeah.
to you.
That's so freaking awesome, dude. And yeah, and the call that we reviewed the other day for you, that sales process can be tightened up. Like, dude, you're gonna blow that. I mean, no offense to the other closer, but you're gonna blow that dude out the water with the training
Yeah,
that
so
we've
I'm
got. So
gonna,
I'm super.
I need to tap back into KCA, the trainings a little bit more and get some more role plays on the books. There's definitely some things like, if you'll take a couple minutes, I'll make it, effective. But just to just to kind of prepare me a little bit more for this, for that close, because I don't want
Yeah.
to just go in there and do the status quo and do just enough. But like I want to like get it to where I'm closing 6, 7 out of 10, right?
Hmm.
Um, and then because that's really going to take off. And I'll still be
Hmm.
working the Eastern time zone. I'll still, wake up, do a call, take the kids to school, come back,
Yeah.
and then close 5 or 6 and make, 1,200 bucks a day. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, dude, that's so freaking awesome. This gets me pumped up. That's
Yeah,
so,
I'm
oh, I'm
excited
so
about it.
excited for you, man. So yeah, I mean, you get your, I mean, you get to wake your kids up, take them to school. You get off at 2:30. You get to be the baseball coach if you want. What about long term? Um, like how it's going to change the future for you compared to what it would have been.
Well, I mean, I don't get too far out in the future, like as far as like myself. It's just more like I don't get this time back, right? Like
Hmm.
my 6-year-old's 6 right now. My 13-year-old's 13 right now. My 11-year-old's 11 right now. Like I don't get that time back if I miss it. And that's been my philosophy ever since I became a dad. Is like I'm just not gonna miss it. You know what I mean? Like I'll
Hmm.
figure it out. I'm doing remote sales now. I could do this at 85. Like there's literally no physical restrictions like holding me back
Yeah.
from doing this for the long term. So it's like I don't even retiring is not even that big of a an issue for me. Is what
Hmm.
how I feel about it. It's just like right now I'm just um, doing this thing, this job, this new role as a tool to be able to allow me to like not miss any of the stuff that I feel actually makes you wealthy.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. What is your words for someone who might be on the fence? Say they've been checking out KCA, they've been getting the ads, how you were, watch some of the videos, and they're like super on the fence. Should I do it? Should I not do it? They're just kind of in the, on the fence. What would you say to them?
Yeah, man. I mean, what else are you gonna do? If this is like, I mean, don't do it if like you want to go build houses, right? Like if that's what you want to go do, then go do that. But if you're looking to break into a sales role that you can literally like I could go to Hawaii tomorrow and I could be setting appointments in Hawaii if I wanted. Like
Hmm.
if that's the lifestyle you actually want, then you got to go full send. It's not going to be easy necessarily. Like you have to learn the skill set, you have to do the work, you have to watch the videos, you have to do your mock calls. Yeah, you got to do all of that. Is it worth the money? Yeah. I mean, I think I just made all my investment back this month. So like it's not that's like that shouldn't be the what holds you back is like the financial barrier to it. I mean, I had to finance this. Like I didn't have, the full investment. I think you like worked with me. I think there was one time you almost gave up on me. I was just like, no, I'm still here, man. I just live in California and everything's really expensive. I swear I make money. Um, all 3 of my kids go to private school. Like, so yeah, I mean, I had to get resourceful. I had to figure it out, and I, put that stuff on Klarna and just trusted that I knew that it was gonna. I trusted myself enough to know that if I apply this, I felt like I could master it and continue to grow in it, and then find a job that ultimately I was looking for, which is that freedom. So
Yeah,
yeah, I would say do it.
cool,
I
man.
mean, but you got to want it. You got to want to do it. You got to want to do the work. You gotta be willing to make it happen. Umber's not gonna make your closes for you. You know what I mean? Like, he's just gonna show you
Hummer's not
how.
going to make your closes for you, but
Yeah, yeah. Umber's
he can
not
show
gonna
you
make your
how.
sets. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I won't babysit you. That's like the biggest rule. But yeah, dude, it's just really funny thinking about like the first call that we had and everything you were saying. Like, I really want this and I really want this and I really want this. And, now just a little bit later, it's
Yeah, I
true.
think I
But
talked to
I'll
you for the
say
first
this.
time at the end of August, and
Uh-huh.
then I think I like finally scraped together. Like I think I gave you like a $250 deposit or something like hold my spot. I want the deal. Take
Yeah.
what's in my savings right now. And then I think by the first week of October, like I'd made another payment and I'd made it like another small payment. And then finally by the end of October, I was able to like finish paying you off and then it was off to the races
Yeah.
after. Now it's,
Yeah.
yeah, mid-January.
Yeah, man. And like the thing is like for anybody who wants it bad enough, they'll make it work. Um, but yeah, like I mean, we have all the coaching, we have pretty much everything, but it's like hats off to you, dude, for being super coachable. Like as many results as we have, as many case studies that we have, as many awesome stories we might have like yours now in the past and like even in the future to come, it's like not everybody, and I'll say this super transparently, I say it all the time, not everybody will achieve results because the number one thing that keeps people from getting to where they want to go is literally them just not putting in the work. And you did. And that's why you got such an awesome result. And that's why, like, if you think back to the call where we were talking, I was like, hey, Chris, tell me about yourself. Where are you at now? Where do you want to go?
Right.
You told me about where you were at. You told me about where you wanted to go. And now you're there. Right. And it's
Yeah.
just because you put in the work. And so, yeah, like, I mean, I can lead you to the water, but you're the one that's going to drink it. So, yeah, you've been super fun to coach. It's been so awesome, like seeing you grow in the program, and can't wait to help you like get it transition to that closer role and help you crack those 10, 15 grand months.
Oh
So
yeah, man.
super
If
fun.
I can get back to earning what I was earning in Sonoma County before we moved back up to my hometown, like, dude, if I was making $10,000, $15,000 a month up here, like dude, I got like $5,000-6,000 of disposable income every month. If that's the case, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
dude. Oh, without a
I can't
doubt,
wait.
dude. The offer that the numbers on the offer that you're on right now, it's like totally doable. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, super excited to watch you grow, man. Do you have any ending thoughts before we wrap up?
No, man. Just as we were kind of talking about that initial call that you made, I think the term I used was like, yeah, there's a lot of snake oil out there, right?
Yeah.
Because I was super like skeptical. I'm like, I don't even know who I'm talking to. Is this legit? It's just some get rich free like quick e-commerce scheme, or who am I dealing with? And dude, it's definitely not, man. You're the real deal. Super appreciative. I know I paid you, but I'm still super appreciative because this was like it was the key to the lock that I didn't know how to unlock before, right? So it's like I knew what I wanted to do. I knew that there was remote work out there. I know how to do sales, but like I didn't know how to put those things together. And and then now you just showed me how to do it. And so that was like that's the beauty of coaching, right? Whether it's
Yeah.
anything you want to get. I mean, I've paid for golf coaching, I've paid for real estate, I've paid for coaching. Anything I want to get better in, I pay for a coach. And so um thanks you for holding true to your side of things.
Right on, man. Well, it's been super fun working together. Anyways, we'll wrap that up for the student interview with our client Chris Buck, and we'll be on to the next video. Thanks.